What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be addressing some very interesting Palantir rumors that I've been made aware of over the past couple of days. Palantir is rumored, again, these are only rumors, that they will be partnering up with AT&T in some form over the next year. So we're going to go over exactly what that rumor is and how I think it could affect the share price of Palantir going forward, as well as how legitimate I think that this rumor could be. But first, we are going to go over Palantir's earnings. That is going to be on February 16th pre-market. I'm going to go over all of the different strategies on what I am planning to do, getting into some new options positions for Palantir, and we are going to go over the most recent Palantir trade that I have been talking about for the past couple of weeks. So if you guys enjoy the information that I go over in this video, please go down and smash that like button. It really helps me out a lot. It helps me get this information out to as many people as possible so I can grow on this platform, and it costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps me out a whole lot. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you can stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So right now, we're on the chart of Palantir. Now, we had a pretty tough earnings run-up for Palantir. Now, I was giving out some options plays. They were up about 100% at one point. My plan was to hold the majority of my contracts until Friday and sell the vast majority of the contracts that I had. It ended up that these contracts ended up going down, but they didn't go to zero. So as we're going to go over my option strategies, I fully expect the amount of money that I put into an options trade to go all the way to zero. That's the way you have to trade options, especially if you are trading them on very speculative dates, such as in earnings. So we've made two big Palantir plays on this channel. The first one we actually hit right around here. We bought Palantir $30 strike calls when Palantir was trading at around $24, and when the stock went absolutely ballistic before, on, and after demo day, and Palantir went up to $45. These contracts were worth so much, but I wanted to wait until earnings, but then when we saw this massive sell-off in Palantir, I did sell the contracts that I had previously for about a 300% gain. I'm fine with that. In options trading, you got to take what you can get and always try to get your initial investment back into your account, and I really just thought that this was kind of as high as it was going to go. I didn't really want to risk playing earnings with that high amount of money. These positions went from about $300 to about $2,000 to $2,500. I actually got back into another Palantir trade for earnings. I actually did two of them. So I hopped in around here, the $32 to $30 price point, and I grabbed the 45 strike for February 19th, and Palantir went up. We were looking good, and then the last couple trading days this week, the stock just sold off. It didn't have the earnings run up that I predicted, and I was able to get away with about a 25% loss on this trade, which is just fine in my opinion, because I'm looking for 1,000% gains on every single trade I take, and if I lose 25% with the possibility of making 1,000% or more, I am perfectly fine with taking that risk in my options trading portfolio. Now, earnings. So we have earnings for Palantir on February 16th. It's going to be pre-market. We're going to see probably a big move in Palantir up or down after they announce their earnings. So what I'm planning on doing, I'm just going to wait and see. We also have the lockup period expiring 3 days after Palantir reports its earnings. So what I'm probably going to do is, if Palantir is looking like it's going to blow it out of the water on Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Thursday, I might buy some weekly contracts on Palantir that expire next week. I probably won't put any crazy amount of money in. I'll probably only trade with $100 or $200. So those of you out there with small accounts, you will be able to make a trade like this if you want to. But if Palantir misses their earnings, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until the lockup period expires. We may see some selling pressure, and then I'm going to try to buy some Palantir leaps. So if we come over here, I'm going to be looking probably in the these January 22 to January 23 contracts, and I'll probably go pretty deep out of the money. I'll probably get the 60s or 65s if Palantir has a significant sell-off into the $20 range, because I believe in this company long term, and leaps are always a great way to give yourself more leverage in trading options with the money that you have. Now let's get into some of these Palantir rumors that they're going to be partnering up with or getting a contract with AT&T in the near future. Now, some of you guys were commenting on my last Palantir videos about this. I hadn't heard much about it before, but you had to do some pretty deep digging in order to find these rumors. So we're going to cover it. I'm going to give my opinion on it, but this is not something that you should just see this news and then go buy a bunch of Palantir. Palantir has a very crazy week ahead of it. It's got earnings, the share lockup. These rumors are more for the long-term investors that have Palantir shares already, a significant position, and when you see this, it's probably going to just re-solidify and reaffirm your conviction on your long-term Palantir position. So these are just rumors. We do have to cover them though, because if Palantir does get this contract, Palantir could go crazy. As we've seen with a lot of the contracts that Palantir has gotten, when they do announce these multi-million-dollar deals, the stock price rockets up right after the deal is announced. So the first kind of rumor that we saw was there's a job posting on AT&T's website. So Professional Advanced Analytics Operations Transformation. So overall purpose, in this role, you will be specifically working with the AT&T Chief Data Office, Field Transformation Team, Field Operations, and Dispatch Operations Center by analyzing data to assess the effectiveness of machine learning AI-based dispatching systems and other procedures, and to suggest improvements. There's a lot of ands in there. The position will conduct analysis using multiple data sources such as a data lake, and here we go, Palantir. That's very important. Palantir was name dropped not only once, but twice in this job posting. If we come down a little bit further, we see that there is an experience tab, SQL experience required, experience extracting and analyzing data from various applications, yada, yada, yada. Then here we go. Based on the analysis of the data using tools, SQL, Power BI, I think, Tableau, Palantir. So Palantir is name dropped twice. So if you are applying for this job, you need to know how to use Palantir software. So there is a rumor that Palantir and AT&T are already partnered up, and nobody has really seen anything about this contract. Now, Palantir is a recently publicly traded company. So in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, but it is possible that Palantir already has a contract with AT&T, but since they are now a publicly traded company, they release a lot of the different contracts that they get in news articles. It does have a lot of effect on the share price, but before they went public, they could have already gotten an AT&T contract, and they've already been using each other's services. Now, there's actually another part of this rumor that we need to take a look at, but definitely correct me if I'm wrong. If you think that this contract is coming in the future, I think that it is a 50-50 chance that they've already had this partnership and they just haven't announced it to everybody because this partnership happened a long time ago. Or if you think that this could happen in the future, it would definitely be better for investors if this were to be happening in the future. But the next thing that kind of gives us some indication that Palantir and AT&T do have some sort of business relationship is this right here. So I actually found this through a posting on Reddit. So basically, if we come down here, we can see that this guy is looking for a new job, and he's going over his experience at AT&T, and he identified Palantir, key point right there, Palantir and KNIME as data analytics platforms. Here's the kicker: approved by AT&T Chief Data Office and hosted bi-weekly calls for new and experienced data professionals. So Palantir is approved by AT&T's Chief Data Office. So it's still 50-50 in my opinion. If they already have this contract, they're already working together in some form, or if they are planning on doing a more formal partnership in the future. So overall, coming up next week, Palantir does have a very crazy week coming up with earnings and the lockup period expiring. There could be a dump of shares coming to the market, which could create a higher selling pressure in Palantir shares, which it is possible that this does send Palantir shares going lower in the short term. But in my opinion, this is going to be a good dip to buy because we see almost every other week that Palantir comes out with a new multi-million-dollar contract. And there's even rumors of Palantir having this AT&T partnership and maybe even a Facebook partnership in the future. So that's going to be it for this Palantir update. If you guys enjoyed the information that I provided for you in this video, please go down and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell if you are interested in seeing more videos like this. So I hope you guys are having a great long weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.